Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. US President Donald Trump is set to hold separate White House meetings with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. According to the White House, Trump and Netanyahu will discuss the conflict with Iran and tensions along the Israel-Lebanon border. Meanwhile, Zelensky says his talks will focus on strengthening US military support, including air defense and strategic cooperation, as the war in Ukraine continues.
President Donald Trump has said that Washington is in very deep talks with Iran, but warned he is prepared to take strong military action if diplomacy fails. Speaking to Axios, Trump said there was not much time for negotiations, adding that talks must move quickly or not at all. Trump also said that Iran had asked for a meeting with Washington and that Tehran was the one requesting a pause in US strikes. The US president also said there was a chance of a deal, but warned the US could resume military action if talks fail. He also said that Washington had a lot of ammunition and that he was pretty close to being on the same page with Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu on Iran. Yemen's Houthi rebels claim they have launched drone attacks on sensitive Saudi oil infrastructure, targeting points along the route carrying crude from eastern Saudi Arabia to the Red Sea port of Yanbu. Iranian media also reported a fire at the Abqaiq oil facility following drone and missile attacks, but the reports have not been independently verified. However, senior Houthi official Mohammed Tahir Anam said the group would continue attacking Saudi economic and military targets until the blockade on Yemen is lifted. Pakistan has strongly condemned drone attacks on Saudi Arabia, warning that such provocative attacks pose a grave threat to peace and stability across the region. The Foreign Office said Islamabad stands in solidarity with Riyadh and supports Saudi Arabia's sovereignty, territorial integrity, peace and prosperity.
Iran has not asked to resume talks with the United States to end the war, and the situation in the Strait of Hormuz has not changed. Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson, Esmail Baghaei, said there are currently no direct negotiations with the US, adding that mediators are delivering their messages to Washington. He said the US violated all the provisions of the Memorandum of Understanding and that it was not possible to implement a unilateral agreement. Iran has confirmed that it is continuing to exchange indirect messages with the United States through regional mediators, including Pakistan, Qatar, and Oman, while accusing Washington of violating previous agreements and undermining diplomatic efforts. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghaei said Tehran remains open to diplomacy, but stressed that the country's immediate priority is defending its sovereignty, territorial integrity, and citizens, amid what he described as ongoing US attacks.
The US Central Command says American forces have redirected 17 vessels while enforcing a naval blockade of Iranian ports. CENTCOM says its forces also disabled 2 vessels and boarded 2 others as part of the operation. Global oil prices fell more than 5% after the United States and Iran paused military strikes over the weekend, raising hopes for a diplomatic breakthrough and reduced tensions in the Strait of Hormuz. Brent crude dropped 5.9% to $91.08 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate fell 5.4% to $84.51, retreating from recent highs reached during the conflict. Despite the pause in fighting, shipping through the Strait of Hormuz remained limited, while Red Sea traffic slowed following Houthi attacks on Saudi oil facilities. Analysts warned that prolonged disruptions could keep energy prices elevated. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu arrived in the United States for talks with President Donald Trump, their first in-person meeting since the conflict with Iran began. The meeting will be Netanyahu's 8th with Trump since the US president returned to office and the first since February, before the US and Israel launched a joint aerial campaign against Iran. Netanyahu said the talks come amid regional challenges, as recent differences have emerged between Washington and Jerusalem over Middle East policy. The visit also comes ahead of Israel's October 27th election, with the Israeli leader facing political pressure at home. British Prime Minister Andy Burnham has announced plans to overhaul the UK's education system, pledging to give academic and technical education equal status to help reduce youth unemployment. Speaking during a visit to Derby, Burnham said the current system has focused too heavily on university pathways, leaving many young people behind. He pointed to countries such as Germany and the Netherlands as models for balancing academic and vocational education. Burnham also pledged to reduce the number of young people not in education, employment, or training, NEET, saying his government is committed to building an education system that offers equal opportunities for all students.
That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.